Hello everyone, my name is Edson Alpha and I'm a chaos entity that plays games and has a deep voice. Yeah, sorry, sorry about the channel delay. Things are a little unsettled here at the moment. Those kind of things you have to take care of before you have to start streaming. You know. Anyways, today we have I'm playing Mass Builder, more so a giant robot building, well, customization game that has a story attached to it. This here is my main suit, the Ascalaphus. A common theme among my creations is that you have your role on the right shoulder pad and the number the number according to the hanger here. Other than that, well, I'll just walk you through the kind of the customization process. So first off, you have all your frames. Well, okay, I called them suits earlier, but yeah, frames. So in total you have 32 hangers, and each hanger stores a frame. There's my main one, the Ascalaphus, as I said earlier, which is a gun type. Lesser Ulatus? Yeah. It's more of a melee, primarily melee, and then shoots on the side. And which is your giant bonk frame. Specializes in blunt weapons. Havelukos, which is your high mobility aerial frame. Violaceus, it's themed around covert operations and stealth, but there's no such thing in game, so it just defaults to guns and well, kinetic guns and some melee on the side, and then the rest are just off the cuff. More off-the-cuff creations. So this one is themed around underwater operations and / patrol maneuvers and all that. This one this one is more of an excuse to have giant drills as weapons. Oh yeah. Cercatus is designed around element damage, but his weapons are pretty slick, so I'm proud of that one. And the rest of them. Then this one is themed around the Sentinels from No Man's Sky. Oh, loosely themed. I'm not sure if I got the look down correctly, but yeah. This one is more of a test on how the accessory system works, which I'll show you in a bit. This one is more of a concept that I thought of as a sort of rival to my main suit. The lore behind this one is that it was going up against an enemy combatant, and then this guy lost the arm, but then destroyed the other one and took the enemy suit's arm, and that's why it's scrubbed of any service treatments. This one is a scavenger unit themed around random junk parts, and I believe his build was regeneration off of melee hits, but no shields. So there's different playstyles in the combat portion of the game. This one I themed as a training suit only to get stolen by pirates, thus the pirate emblem here. And then my general testing suit for whenever Vermilion releases another line of armors. This one is one of the later ones that features minimal armors so that you can slap accessories on. Yeah. Once you've got that, you go to, well, first the assemble tab, tab. Go to armor, and then you pick out. Well, first you have the option of picking out whichever. You can still unequip and have nothing there. There we go. You can still here, whichever armor you fancy. I'm keeping mine, so. And then underneath the armor, there's the accessories, which let's see here. Which one was this again? Oh, must not have been any. Yeah, but yeah, you can let me go off on another part that isn't as blinding. Let's see here. What's we going on here? Okay. So once you have your parts selected, you can go to accessories, pick whichever suits you fancy again. And then you go to adjust. Now, most of the time they'll spawn, well, they'll appear within your frame. Either you can just take these sliders and modify it to where you can actually see them, or you can click on the model itself, on the frame model, and it'll actually show up based on where you clicked, and that'll be set as the origin point. Yeah. Then you can modify it however you wish. Make it a little bigger, smaller, or what have you. And then for the parts that have a duplicate version on the other side, you can hit mirror, and it'll take whatever it is and then copy it exactly as if it were mirrored. Problem is, it also copies the decals, which I'll get to in a minute. I'll get to after this. Paint is what you apply onto the model itself. So on sub element 1 here, go to select styles. You can pick the coloration of your parts. Oh, I already have a custom one equipped, which is this digital camo pattern and these presets. And then, so that's under a custom style instead of one of these pre-made styles instead. You can also put in a global style, and that'll show up no matter what frame, weapon, or unit you have selected, which is handy for transferring things over between frames and whatnot. And as I said, the decals, which is just your imagery and stickers that show up on your frame here. As I said before, if you hit mirror, it will flip the decals as well. So you have backwards text, and you have to go in and select the corresponding decal to have it display regular text that you and I can read easily. Yeah. On top of these, there's also letters, numbers, and whatnot for, well, text labels. Some basic graphic images, and then pre-made symbols that you can pick from. These ones are, I believe, they were Kickstarter rewards for the top backers. And if you think they look good, you're free to slap them on your frames. Personally, I just default to, which one was it? This 6-point decal. Yeah. Once you've got your, hang on. Once you've got most of your armor set up, well, before that, come on. When you start out, you'll only have a handful of these open by default. Some of them you have to farm in certain missions for blueprints, and then once you have 100% of a part's blueprints, you can use credits to essentially build it and then have it available for use. Yeah. This one here customizes the placement of some of your weapons here, which I'll be covering over here. So once you have your armor set up, you go to weapons, which is the stuff that your frame uses to blow things up. So over here you have your melee weapons. You can pan them around and then customize them to have different parts to suit your fancy. These are part of the new 0.10 update parts, so I haven't got them yet. Over here's a shield, which only shows up if you have one-hand weapons. So like this, you have one hand, whereas bigger weapons you have both hands and you can't use the shield there. Nor can you use shield with ranged weapons, which is a shame, but balance reasons. And your ranged weapons here, these ones I've customized fairly heavily, so yours may not look exactly like this, but hey, it's a mech builder game. Okay. Then the bullet shooters are more kinetic weapons. They shoot, bullets, are affected by ammo and You'll probably not. You'll probably run into ammo issues if you're facing difficult enough enemy mobs. So, but there are some ways around that. In contrast, the energy shooter line, they have their ammo magazine slowly, well, not slowly, but gradually replenishes over time, as opposed to the bullet shooters, which you have to reload every so often. Generally, you'll pick one to focus on. Well, before you generally pick one to focus on, since they had different. What's the term? Oh. Before they had different builds to specialize in one of the two, but I'll have to see later. Since one of the main skills got combined, so that both of them regenerate in mission. But that'll be in a bit. These are your. They say they say bullet launchers, but they act as missile launching pods instead. So this one is the nuke type. You just fire two two bigger missiles, and then they make a big explosion. This one is the homing missile, which, if you've seen Armored Core, then you know exactly what I'm talking about, since it fires a bunch of mini missiles that slowly home in on what you're logged on to. I'm not quite sure if it's an exact reproduction of how Armored Core works, but I'd guess it is, but I can't say for sure. These are the new Salvo type, which I don't use them all that often, but from what I do remember, they just fire in front of you and then explode more point blank. Yeah. And these are your energy launchers, which are more funnel bit type weapons. They float around and deal damage depending on the front portion of their construction. So you have your Echo, which is your shoot one bullet for every action you take. Let's see here. There's Echo. Oh, by the way, these are the minimal type components that you can slap on accessories. There's the beam, which is you hit the keybind and then it shoots out a giant beam in front of you. Slash, you hit the keybind and then it just produces a lightsaber to slash things in front of you with. And the photon is you get both funnels, and then they just shoot a barrage of beams in front of you, in the area directly in front of you. Yeah. Once you have all your weapons squared away, then you can go back here. Whoops, my bad. Then you go back here and align them however you want. You'd go adjust and then pick whatever quote-unquote slot they adhere to, and mess with the sliders to get it aligned just the right way. Yeah. Once you got the aesthetics and the basic functionality worked out, then you go to tuning. Here's where you choose, well, the main builds are categorized into Engine, OS, and Architect here. Engine is the propulsion unit to your frame. I've equipped the mobility line of the engines since moving around is much more advised for a ranged frame than going HP. Or that's how I think of it anyway. And melee, equipping a melee one would be kind of counterproductive. So yeah. To go along with the main build element here, you have your... That's right, it was called gear slots. Okay, and then you can... Well... You can slot different types of gears to suit your playstyle. On this, it's more mobility and your which one is it? Your resource stats, which determine how fast you load, how much energy you can store and shoot with. And also your fuel capacity, which is your boost meter. Then you go over to the OS tab here. This is more ranged or range, shield, and resource stats. Of course, this is a ranged unit, so I'm locked into the ranged OS. And the architect determines your build and playstyle. Again, ranged unit goes into ranged architect node. And this was the mod tech I was mentioning earlier that is now combined with bullet shooters and energy shooters. So this one says gain 12% and bullet shooter ammo stock every 12 seconds and 2% energy cell stock every 3 seconds. Yeah. And like with the armors, you'll only have. Hold on, let me go over here first. Development is where you get those nodes to equip onto your frame. When you start out, you'll only be limited to level 1 nodes, and then excuse me. The more you play the game, the more you can unlock successive nodes for better stats and performance. Of course, they don't come cheap. So this level 4 architect node here costs nearly 20k. It'll take a fair bit of mission replay to get enough money to afford all the upgrades, but it's doable if you pick one thing to focus on and then go from there. Or I think anyway. It might be different nowadays. Yeah. Multiplayer is it's fairly buggy at the moment. On top of needing to sit in the lobby for a long while, and then once you actually get people, you load into the mission, and the mission is fairly prone to these things from what I hear. And there's always the meme about how you're nearly done with the mission, and then it just randomly craps out on you. So it's still very much a work in progress. I'll skip the mission for now. You go to the archive, and that's basically your flavor text and lore. Photograph mode is where you, well, mess with the pose of your frame and the background. So say... Okay, so say we're in this rocky crack of an area, and I want to equip this gun here. You can use your mouse and hold right click to move around, left click to move, transform the position here. And mess with the frame pose as well. Yeah. You can press enter to take a photo and then have it saved somewhere on your hard drive without the lines here that are more of a guide during this this mode. And then missions are where you undertake whichever. So just to run through the basics real quick.
Mission start.
Okay. So basic one, WASD controls to move around. Space is how you jump. And then shift is your boost mode. While you have your melee weapon equipped, just hit left mouse to use it. Press 2 to go into your bullet shooters, or 3 for your energy shooters. Hold right mouse to go into more of a third-person aiming mode. Or you can just have it auto-lock on. Auto-lock on tends to be a bit floaty. Well, I don't know if floaty is the right word, but it's not a hard lock on. you hit R to reload. E to fire your bullet launcher, or your missile pod. That's what I called it earlier. And you can hit 1 through 5 to cycle through your equipped weapons. So this one is more of a shotgun blast. Yeah, that's basic combat.
Mission clear.
And that's the general gist of a mission. Some missions will only have mobs, and others will have bosses at the end. Let's see here.
Objective updated.
Objective updated.
Reload required.
Mission start.
Reload required.
Mission start.
Weapon required reloading.
Mission start.
Objective updated.
That's gonna take a while to get used to. Okay then. Anyways. So the basic premise to the story is that in the middle far future, humanity gets attacked by these beings called Quarks. Conventional weapons don't affect them at all, and humanity tries to put up a resistance only to get forced into these shelters that you see around the world map here. The red zones are where Quark density tends to be the highest, and aren't very conducive to human survival. So if your relay tower is malfunctioning, then you're deployed to figure out what went wrong, and you run into your first boss there. And the subsequent missions are you trying to get a grip on how the Quark invasion plays out. The World Defense Force is the main governing body, coordinating the war on the Quarks, whereas you head up your own private military company and help them out. Oh. Moldwarp is one of the companies that you work with. And then it's on this 7th story mission that you run into Cyclops, which so far sabotages the efforts to keep the shelters safe for whichever reason that we'll be running into soon, I figure. This one is so a new form of Quark boss shows up that you have to use. Well, you have to repurpose mining equipment for to break the protective barrier. No. That's with this 12th mission that you start running into enemy frames. Luckily, they're not as durable as you are, so there's that. Yeah. And lastly, this one has you. There was some story dialogue earlier. If you haven't played ever since they released the 0.10 update, that details you hiding out inside this storage facility to get the jump on Cyclops. On top of the story missions, there's challenge stages here, which this is your boss rush mode, and these two are your wave defense or hold out as long as you can modes. These are your hunts, which is you have a bunch of enemies and optionally sometimes you have a boss at the end. And these are mainly used to farm up money, credits, materials, and blueprints. I'm not so sure if my main suit can handle very hard at the moment, since to me ranged is in need of some retuning, since you can go in Unga Bunga with a melee frame and just wreck house. Range, you can't do that as easily. Yeah.
Unit ready to proceed. Launch process initiated.
They still haven't fixed the eye unit color.
Arriving at destination. Shifting to pallet controls. Mission start.
Here's the beam I was telling you about earlier.
Hostiles detected. Proceed to next objective. Multiple energy signals detected. Weapon required reloading. No hostiles detected. Proceed to next objective. Multiple enemies inbound. Receive consecutive damage.
So once you shield them out, that's when you start taking frame damage. If your frame durability goes down to 0, you will blow up. Just look familiar.
Weapon required reloading. Reload required. Weapon required reloading. Reload required. Hostiles eliminated. Proceed to the next objective.
Okay.
Large group of enemies incoming. Weapon required reloading. Out of ammo. Out of ammo.
Sometimes the aiming is really funky.
Reload required. Weapon required reloading. Mission clear.
And that's the mission. Oh, I actually got something in there. So, say you have a part, and then you get all the blueprints. You have all the blueprints already, and well, you completed a part already, and then you get additional blueprints for it. Those additional blueprints get converted into credits, which helps with the money issue. Now that was a mission featuring, well, that was a hunt featuring enemy frames. The main enemy type is our Korks, which, well, not here. Let's go with this hunt.
Unit ready to proceed. Launch process initiated. Arriving at destination. Disengaging autopilot. Mission start. Multiple enemies inbound.
Of course, this is more intended towards level 2 or 3 frames, so this is why I'm flowing through them pretty easily.
Out of ammo. No hostiles detected. Proceed to next objective. Multiple energy signals detected. Large group of units incoming. Reload required. Out of ammo. Mission clear.
And understandably, there's no new blueprints to be had here. Oh well. Alright. Let's go check out the new story content then.
Unit ready to proceed. Launch process initiated. Mission start. Multiple enemies inbound. Weapon required reloading. Proceed to
Behind door number 2.
large group of enemies incoming. Reload required. Out of ammo. Reload required. 4 minutes. Proceed. Multiple enemies inbound. Weapon required reloading. Out of ammo. Reload required. All enemies eliminated. Proceed to next mission. Multiple energy signals detected. Charging. Weapon required reloading.
Okay.
Hostiles eliminated. Proceed to next mission. Multiple enemies have been downed. Out of ammo. All enemies eliminated. Proceed to next objective.
And there's Cyclops.
Onslaught detected. Out of ammo. Reload required. Reload required. Weapon required reloading.
Ouch. Ouch, ouch.
Reload required. Weapon required reloading. Reload required. Cells depleted. Weapon required reloading. Mission clear.
There you go, me. Yeah, it's fairly large robot mega-ish. After minutes of sitting at the DC, guarding the remnants of the Cyclops unit, you're almost frozen in the ordeal, but Kunai mentioned they'll provide reparation costs so that you got that going for you if it actually happened. Your mass, on the other hand, is being decontaminated at the WDF outpost near the battle site. A team of assorted individuals recognized by Kunai quickly came by to recover the unit, and you were allowed to disconnect. This was, of course, in preparation for the next phase of the plan. To pursue the Cyclops to a base, either through a crack in the black box to read where they launched from, or from the trackers on the cargoes, or both. You wanted to rush out and help with the course distraction at the time. Heard it were really large waves of Korgs rampaging, but the PMCs hired for this operation were able to make quick work of them. In fact, there were some big names out there at the operation. You guess Kunai and his higher-ups really cannot have this operation as a failure, that they contacted anyone they could trust enough and had them sit in other DCs as well, as a precaution. Keeping this as a personal secret mission with all the cogs turning secretly, redundancy much, must have been a hassle for them. Reina kept in contact with Kunai while you refresh yourself, as you've been told to do so after returning to the base. But you know it won't be a long rest after a battle. Apparently, the tracking signals were scattered all over, but using the coordinates of Chief from the black box alongside, they were able to pinpoint the location. It was far to the north, almost where you got yourself into a fight with the Cyclops last time. That was an ideal situation. Your mass unit could instantly move to an electrical catapult of the WDF near Shelter 1 and reach where them? As fast as possible. Commander, we're ready sortie. Please get to the briefing room as soon as you can. You heard Reina's voice from your earpiece. Apparently, as you've been fighting against other mass units and not Korgs, you did not accrue any void particles, and is the first ready for sortie as you did not require much decontamination. Kunai must have planned all this when he told you to stay in DC guarding the Cyclops wreckage. Now you saw the difficulties with me playing my ranged setup. What happens if I go for a pure melee build, huh? Same mission. No, well, after this. As the doors into the briefing room open, you were signaled to get to the pilot area immediately. Kunai is not on screen like you'd expect him to be with this mission, since it stems from whatever he's planning. We don't have that much time. Agent Kunai is busy with the Korgs attack and other PMCs. I'll brief you as quickly as possible so you can launch. Then we'll continue talking about the details while you're in flight. Water break real quick. Trackers were activated and there's 2 destinations we're seeing. One is north, currently slowing down near the areas researched last time. The other one moved just nearby. We suspect it's a drop-off point for contraband, or maybe a drone production factory or anything, but it's not the important one. We can check on it later. Oh, it's a hunt. Okay. Now for the more important location. We don't know if they'll detect the trackers during their cargo decontamination, but Kunai expected them to, and has already authorized us into the red zone using his credentials. Before he asked if this will alert the Cyclops, we expected it to, but Kunai wants that to happen so he can finally learn of the traitor. Or traitors. So see indeed. it's best if we launch towards that area and redirect course and fight. It'll hurt to do so at that speed, but you'll need to bear with it. Oh no. Better than waiting for any confirmation. Our enemies could escape if we're indecisive for a minute. Best of luck and Godspeed, Commander. How is this the same location as the one of the challenge missions? It is. Oh boy. I don't know. Yeah, hold on. Oh, different one, but looks the same. Never mind. Anyways, campaign. Same mission as last time, same difficulty, only this time using melee. Full melee, I might add.
Systems check completed. Launch process initiated. Mission start. Multiple enemies inbound.
What I said about going, just melee just being on the...
Multiple enemies inbound. Large group of enemies incoming. Quantum break recharged.
Another reason why I say melee is in a better spot than ranged at the moment. Each melee hit builds up quantum break here. Quantum break meter. If you hold down Q, you get access to something like this.
Large group of enemies incoming.
Here's those slash bits.
Weapon required recharging. All enemies eliminated. Proceed to next objective. Multiple enemies inbound. Hostiles detected. Proceed to the next objective. Pilot, large void entity ahead. Taking excessive damage. Quantum wave ready.
Easy.
Mission clear.
Alright. So since we got new parts to build, let's have a look-see. Okay. Ooh. Might be cool. It says heavy. Looks pretty nice like this though. Hey, we have built-in blades on the handles now. That's awesome. Okay. What's the pommel? Huh, okay. Looks pretty neat. Okay. And here's the light version of it. Oh, hey. Excuse me. Ugh. Excuse me once again. I guess that's your first Kushaku Tasukaru moment. Ugh. Okay. Did we get any armors unlocked for that? Nope. Wow. Okay then. Let's see. So in the architect trees here, you'll have several melee builds, and then, well, melee trees, and then there's the main range tree here. And within those trees, you'll often see different variations of a ranged build. Architect note here. So the main ones are, let's see here. So this one is ranged and with element damage on the side. This one is pure range damage with resource stats. And this one is range damage with different resource stats. This one has higher. Let's see. Right. So it has less acceleration, but no increased fuel burn. While this one has more damage, and more resource stats, but has a pretty hefty fuel burn penalty to it. Yeah. And the the primary range melee tree, there's again damage and element stats to it. This one has optimizes damage and has that fuel burn rate. This one has some minor acceleration, but no fuel burn rate penalty. Okay then. Yike. And as you can see from earlier, this guy has 762 fuel burn rate, which is not ideal. So his the burst here is the boost speed here. Well, boost duration isn't all that much compared to, say, compared to this ludicrousness. Anyway, yeah, that's my build if on this one if you're curious. This is just to increase mission rewards for more money and whatnot. A small attack boost if you keep hitting enemies, which this is basically a horde game, so there's no shortage of enemies to hit, other than boss scenario rooms. Some shock damage on the side. More physical attack boosts. And this one forgoes element damage, which is called property damage on there, for more raw attack. As you can see, it's nearly capped here. Anyways, on with the story, I guess. Download it up to hard. See what this mess is.
Systems check completed. Launch process initiated.
But yeah, I hope your day's going well, Gummy.
Arriving at destination. Engaging combat protocols. Mission start. Objective updated.
Ouch. Well, whoopsies. Are supposed to no idea.
Proceed to next objective. Mission objective updated. Receives consequent damage. Quantum ray recharged. Receive consequent damage. No hostiles detected. Proceed to next objective. Mission objective updated. Hostiles detected. Proceed to next objective.
Not too bad.
Objective updated. Receive consequent damage. Consequent damage. Hostiles eliminated. Proceed to next objective. Mission objective updated.
Oh, hello. Playing whack-a-mole.
Quantum particles at low capacity. Okay, these guys hurt a little bit. No. Receiving consequent damage.
Dude, calm down.
Quantum particles open. Successful. Receiving consequent damage.
Ugh.
Mission clear.
Yeah, that's, I can see that being a massive pain if you're running a slower build. It's been a few days after the raid at the Cyclops base. While it was not as successful as we wanted to be, you and the WDF was able to obtain vital information regarding their operations, bases, and much more that is required to spell the end of their villainous ways. As the WDF had expected, there was a faction sympathizing with the Cyclops, feeding them information in exchange of materialistic greed, luxurious lifestyles from before the time of Quarks. Some were able to escape the internal investigation, but it should only be a matter of time before those rats are caught. Figures. While every stakeholder of this mess with the Cyclops wanted to finally be rid of them, only a few parties were able to help with the investigations. The WDF is trying to suppress any news about having traitors within their ranks. That would lower the public morale in this long war, and the WDF cannot have that happening. Still, the Cyclops headquarters are not yet found, but it should only be a matter of time. You've not seen Elenia for a while now. It's not that she's away or anything, but she's busy reading and rereading the documents Kunai were able to leak to her. Anything that could shorten her moments of revenge is fuel stronger than caffeine to her. Yikes. So what do you do during this downtime? Reina asks that question every day while you're at the reception area. Loitering around would not yield anything productive, and there's nothing much you can help to further investigate. The ending to all this is near, but What of other matters? What of the quarks that are still a threat to humanity? You let those thoughts slip away while you prepare for what's ahead of you. Stop thinking about it at all. Those are best left to the brains of your own team as you move towards the briefing room. Practice makes perfect, is what people say. Oh, we have actual chapters now. Commander, Dr. Kazu filed us a personal request. Can you come to the briefing room for a moment? You've just finished testing a new tuning when Reina called you on your earpiece. You had been busy with daily updates of the WDF, capturing more and more accomplices of the Cyclops that had escaped their first roundup. You had assumed Elenier would be happier with all that's happening, but she looks more frustrated than a cat with their sleep disturbed the last time you saw her. Must have been because she wanted total destruction, not this lawful thing going on. Thus you've been preparing for the inevitable fight to come. Kunai told you that they're getting close to finding the Cyclops headquarters now with the exposition campaign that they're working with. Parlaying and pardoning those that rat out their colleagues and important information. This includes a protection and rehabilitation deal and may have complied with it. Better this than something worse. You heard from Reina, who heard from Aine, that Neon is busy flying towards every place on Earth alongside the other Valkyries, conquering hidden bases, capturing Cyclops members, detaining and transporting all the usable mass units of the Cyclops to be broken down and reconstructed into usable WDF units. Sheesh. Must have been a hectic event, strapped into a pilot seat and entering into combat, finishing what needs to be finished just to immediately get out into yet another unit at another place. Only a person of Neon stamina, and maybe some other aces of the WDF could do that for days without a mental breakdown. Which is why it came as a surprise to you when Reina mentioned the personal request from Dr. Kazu. Why does he need your services during these times, especially when he had the Ascendant with him? Why would he ask your PMC a personal request? Nonetheless, a mission is always a mission, and the PMC is a body that can work on it. Let's at least listen to it and consider your options first. Okay. Welcome, Commander. Let's start the briefing immediately. But first, his message. Reina gestured her hand towards the large monitor in the room. It was Dr. Kazu. No, a recording of him. She moved her fingers with precise motions, causing the picture on screen to start moving. Now, I did not want to use this favor so soon, but hell, every other PMCs that's good enough, like those damned Valkyrie people, are busy. And along the list I've gone through was your name. I reckon you'll be capable enough to need practice, right? Then there's no choice but to accept my mission. No buts. With the topic of payment out of the way, I'd like to request some professional help. You see, the artifact you gave me allowed me to work on what I'd like to call a transportable void particle repelling particles emitter. With regards to dynamic forces and cancelling mass, or in short and simpler terms, a small void canceller. It works differently from the void canceller we used for shelters, mind you, and it will take days to explain everything, so take your mind off it. Just understand it as a void canceller that can be moved around and uses a minuscule amount of energy. I've tested it out and it works flawlessly, but tests and experiments must be done to the extreme though. So I need you to do that for me. You'll be helping me bring this thing into a red zone, deep down in volcanic area, south of Shelter 7. there will be other operators in this mission. I've dedicated a carrier for the devices nearby. But first, we'll need to cover the ground for them to move the device along without fail. Decide amongst yourself who's going where. I don't care as long as you get it into place. More details in the documents I've sent over. With those final words, the recording stopped. We'll be partnering up with the Ascendant for this mission, Commander. It seems Dr. Kazu was playing a weird joke here. But you don't mind, do you? It's time we get back to that guy and show him we're not to be looked down at, right? The Ascendant will also be participating, Commander. It seems Dr. Kazu was playing a weird... Wait, hold on. Now for the other details. As Dr. Kazu mentioned, we'll head straight into the Eldora Rift, right here. It's a volcanic area in the red zone, filled with void particles that the WDF designated the skies above a no-fly zone. The ports over there are extremely dangerous as well, which is why Shelter 7 served as the first line of defense to observe and prevent any unfortunate incidents that can spawn from here. We'll be skirting around the red zone until an opening on the northwestern side of the area. This opening allows us to follow a path through the rifts deeper into the area. While course can still be found along the path, it is much less dangerous than flying straight in through all the void contamination. Our job is, as suggested by the recordings shown just now, to seek and destroy any quarks in the area. We'll be one of many, opening a safe passage for the carrier to start their installation of the device, abbreviated as TVPRPE. Who came up with this abbreviation? Never mind. It looks like the Ascendant must be sticking close to protect the carrier, and we'll eventually meet up with them and other PMCs just before the installation site. We'll then stand by until installation is complete, and we'll extract alongside everyone, including the carrier. That doesn't sound too good. Operation starts as soon as everyone that's contacted by our good doctor is ready. So what do you say, Commander? Are we ready yet? Oh boy. I think I'll step back down to normal.
Systems check completed. Launch process initiated. Arriving at destination. Engaging combat protocols. Mission start.
Uh-oh.
All enemies eliminated. Proceed to next objective. Multiple energy signals detected. Stars eliminated. Proceed to next objective. Multiple enemies inbound.
Hold. Alright, I'm back.
Proceed to next objective. Large group of enemies incoming. Hostiles eliminated. Proceed to next objective. Quantum break ready. Excessive damage.
Get down here.
Mission clear.
Bit of a long mission, but doable, yes. Well, that was a surprising turn of events. The operation through a summit, relentless attacks from corks coming from all sides. Truly an experience you don't get to taste often. The lesson that we can learn taken from the mission is how dangerous red zones are and why most top-class PMCs are stationed to prevent any quarks spilling out from those areas. Nonetheless, you've completed the mission. Debriefing states other PMCs moving about the rift complete the mission as well and all. Divisive Dr. Kazu with long names for its all that is left is to wait for it to show results. But that's not as important as the mission proceedings with the Ascendant to you, at least. While the short period you've worked together in that mission was not able to tell you much about the Ascendant, it shows that he's someone who prioritizes completing mission objectives above anything, and he's good at doing that. I wonder what training they had, though. It was mentioned too briefly during the banter. Maybe Neon would be able to disclose more information. Aside from that, you're also good at completing missions, seeing that you've been progressing really fast through the ranks. Still, the movements you observe from the Ascendant show that he has far less inefficient movements. Strive further towards the top, which is me, huh? Edison sure knows how to piss people off. And who's saying he's the top mass pilot? Is there a lead ward you don't know of? You sense your paths will cross again. Not once, but many times in the future, as long as you stick with this industry. Taking some refreshments after disconnecting from the pilot area, you found yourself walking back into the briefing room to check on Reyna for any status updates regarding the Cyclops situation. I know you've just disconnected from the unit, Commander, but can we have a short discussion regarding Dr. Kazu's TVPRPE right now? He sent a message right after mission completion, asking all participants to perform course clearance procedure around the volcanic areas whenever they can. Basically, it is a mission he's willing to fund so he can assign the Ascendant to go around and make adjustments to the TVPRPE. Can't we have a better abbreviation of that? Anyways, he mentioned it'll take months to collect data, analyze, and adjust accordingly before it can be used for this bigger project, so if we're willing to do so, we can take this mission multiple times as long as we're free of duty at the moment. Red Zone mission's up for grabs. It's a good training that will also cost us if you accidentally pilot our mass unit into a lava pool, or a fiery pit, or into any ferocious course lurking within. It's your call to accept this one, Commander. We don't owe anything to the good doctor now. With that said, there's nothing much regarding the Cyclops as of the moment, and we're free to take on any missions. Eleanor came by this morning to redirect the communications line to her room. She's really on alert about finishing them. Can't let her at all. It's a life quest, but I hope she can drop all the angst after it all ends. Aside from that, I've been looking at higher difficulty missions for us like you asked for, and since we're being assigned missions in the red zone too much and it's taking a toll on maintenance costs, I picked one that could be good practice and also help our funding situation. It's the mission posted by the Shelter 13 Cleanup Committee. I still don't understand why they named themselves something about Skip. Is it because kangaroos are a unique specimen only known to live around that area? Whatever. This is still a high difficulty mission. Shelter 13 remains a highly contaminated area, yet they house metric tons, no pun intended, of usable materials that humanity can make use of. The mission asks for our assistance in destroying any cores in sight, so they can bring in a team of scavengers to salvage the site later. It's also somewhere near our shelter, and should Kunai contact us, we can quickly wrap up anything there and return to base ASAP. But honestly, with what I've heard from how they're utilizing the Valkyries, I don't think we'll have first dibs on the Cyclops. I can only hope this doesn't anger Elnir more. So what do you think? It's an interesting mission where you should be able to get some practice, right? Go.
Systems check completed. Launch process initiated. Arriving at destination. Disengaging autopilot. Mission start. Multiple energy signals detected. These objectives. enemies inbound. Multiple enemies inbound. Quantum field fully charged.
That's pretty nice that they let you pop multiple crystals like that.
Multiple enemies inbound. Hostiles eliminated. Proceed to next objective.
The table flip.
Quantum particles pulsates. Mission clear.
Revisiting the Rune Shelter was an experience. Well, you knew of void crystals before, it was not to this extent ever. Scavengers told you it's a normal occurrence though, and that the PMCs stationed down south were made up for the purpose of helping out the scavenging mission though. Nonetheless, you're back at HQ once again. But unlike the last few days where you're all you've been doing is buying your time, waiting for something to happen. This time, Kunai had initiated contact with you at long last. In one of the meeting rooms, your base sits 2 of your crew and another person in the monitor. Maps, surveillance footage, and intelligence reports sprawled across the table in front of you all, depicting the past few days with the Cyclops investigation. After extensive interrogations and careful analysis, you've discovered the location of their last bastion. It's honestly a shame on ourselves for not noticing earlier, but they're just right under our nose here. Finally! So where was their HQ exactly? Let me guess. Right outside Shelter 1 where you guys were? That's the point. They disguised themselves as a research base just a few hundred kilometers away. We found a group of sympathizers within the WDF, some with high rankings and some amongst us mentors as well. Apparently, the Cyclops had paid them that they've been living in fabrication of what this world used to be, in luxury comfortably within their own homes. While other people like us suffered the fate of having our livelihood stolen. Exactly. It's disappointing in that our investigations were never enough until now. How many lives have been lost in their raids? How the world could have changed for the better if we've all those resources. Anyways, we'd like you to get ready while we figure out every details of the operation. We did a perimeter scan and they've transformed that research outpost into a fortress full of defensive systems. Must have hidden it underground, but now they've been found, they just hold themselves inside. Don't you think they've already escaped and are now hiding somewhere, like maybe a second or third, or who knows how many bases they have? Like this could be a decoy with zero ammunition or a death trap, waiting for us to strike so they could retaliate from somewhere else. Neon and the Valkyries have been raiding those all week long. We've also enlisted the help of PMCs around the world. Ones we've trusted personally, of course. Risky move there, but okay. To look out for any suspicious logistics activity before sending the Valkyries to secure those bases ourselves. Besides, we have reasons to believe that their leaders aren't someone who treasured their lives enough to run. But it's unwise to not also think of the alternative. Their rats have been laughing at the prospect of their leaders running away. Oh. They are a problematic bunch. Twisted in more ways than one. After the raid started, they sent us a message, which is why I'm asking for an audience here before flattening out all the details of the mission. I'm gonna show it right now. I knew this was gonna happen one day. Never thought it'd be this soon though, but alas, our merry band has finally been caught. And I find his ending, I guess. But don't think I'll just be surrendering myself and don't bother with the "you can repent by helping the world" talks. I don't follow that nonsense. Don't you think it's a bit boring to live in a world of stalemate? In a world you don't have fun? To me, that's a shitty world to live in. You don't know when or even if you'll win against Quarks, so why bother be sitting ducks? Waiting for a mission to clean up trash. So I won't surrender, but I won't run. I just hope this message found the best you've got, WDF. Please, provide me with the best entertainment you can. A Cyclops does not go down without bang. Literally. So I'll be here waiting at our base, if you can get where it is out of the mouths of the idiots you captured. Oh, and tell this to the person who's been yapping at our heels. You're welcome to the first. I'll even put down the defense systems for you. The screen will return to nothingness as if there was nothing there a few seconds ago. Reina and Elenier looked back at the monitor screen showing Kunai with a hand resting on his face. Mood. We wanted to send in Neon Nolex ASAP, but most of the raids just finished and their main units are still returning. and that's counting multiple main units that have been prepared for each of our aces. Of course, Leon has her unlimited grunt units, but it will be costly if we lost a lot of our main power in this raid while there's increasing Pork activities around the world. Also, considering casualties that could be accrued by raiding a base filled to the brim with active defense systems, and we know there's defense systems in every base with the Valkyries working in this past week. By process of elimination, you're our first choice in this mission! Yay! So in all, we thought it best if we considered that offer first. I don't even know if we can believe it, but hey, it's worth taking a risk if you're up to the task. We also wanted our crew to have some rest, so if you're having trouble, just hold out for a while and reinforcements will be there within minutes. You're saying I can settle things with Cyclops without anyone showing up and shouting cheesy lines like, "Stop! Let the law handle the rest," and stopping our commander here from executing those bastards, right? Sweet. Oh, revenge will be so sweet. Let me warn you first, by no means you are to kill your enemies. Your mission is only to Before Kunai could speak another word, Elnir shouted into the monitor. Why in the world would I leave those murderers alive, Kunai? You expect me, a daughter of someone murdered by their actions, to settle this by stupid talks and let laws and society judge your actions, huh? There's a fate worse than death waiting for them. I'll guarantee you that, at least. Now, let's get back to what is needed at the moment, right? I'll assume you're accepting this risky vanguard position. I'll send you the mission details ASAP. Go, prepare. Have it your way then. We're still PMC under the WDF roster anyway. Candace way, yada yada. But if I know those bastards are receiving humane treatment, know that I'll personally find a way to bring death upon them. As expected of a pilot mentor, Kunai was able to not escalate the situation further. Rena said goodbye to Kunai and cut the communication lines while shaking her head tiringly. Sheesh. Water break real quick. Alright, Commander. I've got the details, your unit's ready. Now try to keep this short since we don't know if we'll be flying into swarms of missiles and bullets from the active defense system or not. I'll ask for reparation fees from the WDF. If we're shot down upon entering, no worries. One sec. Just aside, here's the jeez, what? Here's the details. As Kunai has mentioned, their base is within range of Shelter 1's protection. Which also means they can use long-range weapons to make a mess at Shelter 1 if they deem it is necessary, be it artifacts or any explosives. We're lucky that they aren't doing so, don't know why as well. But judging by how they're not doing anything of those at the moment, we assume they do not have the capabilities to do so. Might be their lack of access to the ammunition that could make a difference. Or they're just stacking to defend themselves. The WDF is taking precaution and reinforcing their strata shelter defense systems with grunt units though. Our reinforcements will come either when the WDF finish their own defensive lines, or if we see the Cyclops deviate from anything that's expected. We'll enter straight to their base with our electro catapult, as this mission is a mission that requires haste. If we believe in their words of allowing us to enter their space without getting blasted by the weapons, then this is the best possible method of entrance and the quickest to end it, all in contrast to the normal land outside the combat zone protocol. If, on the other hand, they're getting their last laugh and start blasting ungodly amount of weapons at us, Well, you should be able to maneuver your unit as the thrust gained from our catapult should be gone by that point. I trust you'll be able to dodge and tank them all. Tune your unit for the preferred choice, alright, Commander? If there are no questions, we'll start preparing for the launch process immediately. Okay.
Systems check completed. Launch process initiated. Mission start. Multiple enemies inbound.
Okay, shaving.
All enemies eliminated. Proceed to next objective. Multiple enemies inbound. All enemies eliminated. Proceed to next objective. Mission objective updated. Large group of enemies incoming. Break ready. Taken excessive damage. No hostiles detected. Proceed to next objective. Multiple enemies inbound. Quantum particles velocity. No hostiles detected. Proceed to next objective. Multiple enemies inbound. Consecutive damage. Hostiles detected. Proceed to next objective. Receiving consecutive damage.
Of course.
Hostile mass detected. Discipline set. Quantum particles velocity. Quantum blade fully charged. Receiving consequences damage. Mission clear.
Oh boy. Yeah, that's all she wrote. Okay. I figured I'll take up the new hunt missions. And probably call this stream there.
Destination confirmed. Launch process initiated. Mission start. Multiple enemies inbound. All enemies eliminated. Proceed. Multiple enemies detected. Quantum break. Fully charged. All enemies eliminated. Proceed to next objective. Multiple enemies inbound.
What are you aiming at? Hostiles detected. Proceed to next objective. Multiple enemies inbound.
All enemies eliminated. Proceed to meeting.
So anyways, I started blasting.
Quantum flame fully charged.
Hold on. I figure I should change into at least one more unit before I call it. Oh.
Unit ready to proceed. Launch process initiated. Mission start.
Just look at how giant this sword is.
Multiple energy signals detected. Receiving. Contact. Now. Quantum break. Recharge. Unit currently taking excessive damage. Mission clear.
So one thing with this range weapons is that they're all gigantic, huge. Almost all of them anyway. I wonder. Yeah. I'll just go on this then. Okay. Oh no, not again. Excuse me. Ooh. Looks nice. Thick fist. Okay. So heavy fist is wider. Yeah, that seems to be a little structurally insecure. Okay. But rule of full still applies, right? Okay. Not bad. Almost looks like a Mexican maple heat or something like that. Okay, might not be the best with glow effects there. Interesting that they have that rotational symmetry there. Crystal lance, huh? Interesting. Wait, hold on. Is that all the assaulter heads? Yes, it is. Still missing one grip, but not that bad either. Okay. Alright. That's probably it for this this look into the new 0.10 update for Mass Builder. Just a few channel updates to close out. So I did list down I was gonna be playing Unturned with Hazop Gaze on Tuesday, but that ended up not working out in time for that. So we'll reschedule that to sometime else. Maybe later, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Whenever the guy has time. And so tomorrow will be Deep Rock Galactic as usual. Only since it's the spooky Friday the 13th. I'll be selecting missions with Old Ghost Bulk Detonator, just for that added spook factor, as possibly some other mods, if I can get them. As for next week, next week I might return to Minecraft sometime, but we'll see on that one. Okay. Let me look at if there's any potential raid targets out about here. And looks like a duck raid. Okay, well, thank you all for watching. Hope you have a nice day.